fancy skinny man died of a big disease with a little name. By chance his girlfriend came across a needle and soon she did the same. At home there were 17-year-old boys and their
Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of the Horror Heating YouTube channel and the South Jersey Horror Podcast. Today, we are catching a ride back to the early 2000s with the star of Netflix's hit sci-fi slasher Time Cut. If you have not seen this movie, it is a fabulous movie, and I absolutely love it. It brings back a lot of nostalgia memories, and I am a sucker for that time era, and you'd be surprised. So while audiences worldwide know her as Val Vaughn, navigating a deadly timeline in the year 2003, local film circles know her as a true powerhouse of the Canadian prairies. I don't know where that description came from. I don't know. I just made that up. Joining us today to talk about the 2000 fashion, time paradoxes, and what it's like to balance being an assistant director with being the star of a major Netflix feature is the wonderful Sydney Sabiston. I hope I pronounced your last name right. If not,
Yeah,
you
you
just
did. Perfect.
okay. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to the shows. How the hell are you doing?
I'm great. It's rainy in Manitoba today, and I'm enjoying the cool air before we get our plus 35 weather, so it's nice.
Absolutely, I understand. It's pouring here, and the only good thing about it, I don't have to water my wife's plants for a couple of days. It's great. I mean, it's I don't have to worry about it.
It worked out for
And my tomato plants don't have to water, which is great. So
you.
Canada is I've been to Canada before. Canada is a beautiful country. I have been to Halifax, Nova Scotia,
Nice.
and I had spent 3 days there. Most of it was a blur because I spent most of the time in bars and clubs, but it was nice. I mean, the only time when I was not being inebriated was taking the tour around the city, which was great. So I had a good time in Canada. Very beautiful scene. I love the mountains and the scenery, but
Yes,
enough about
Canadians
that.
know how to party.
What's that?
Canadians know how to party.
You do. You really do. I mean, like the whole street, like east side, is like clubs and bars, man. I remember maybe 2 to 3 days I was there. That's about it.
Well, you did it right then.
So, anyway, enough about this. Let's talk about you and your role in this phenomenal film, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So, Time Cut transports the audiences back to 2003, an era of low-rise jeans, CD players, and very specific pop culture. The 2000s were a pretty good time for me. I mean, I was born in the 70s. I mean, I'm old as hell. I'm sorry. I'm an 80s baby, but I love 80s movies. But this one specific, I love time era films.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite part of diving into the early 2000s aesthetic to play your character?
Well, I would say that early 2000s horror movies are my favorite, especially slasher. So that in itself was important for me as an actor. I love acting in horror movies. Um, that's kind of what I would love my main career move to be is just be a scream queen forever. So when this breakdown came out to be to audition for this movie, I was super eager to get the opportunity, especially because they had described it as Back to the Future meets Scream, and Scream is my favorite movie of all time. So, in that sense, early, like especially paying homage to that early 2000 horror feeling that it gives you. The payoff was everything I could have dreamed of. And the soundtrack is just amazing. I'm obsessed with it. Brought me back to when I was younger. Um, Honestly, it's weird that a horror movie would give you a feel-good feeling, but it does give you a feel-good feeling. So,
It does. I mean, this was like, how do you say it? Well, not just a feel good movie, but more like family drawn into it. I mean, it's
yes.
just good. My wife loved Ghostface, so you and her get along just great. I mean, that's her favorite character of all time.
Yeah.
Ghostface this, scream this. Okay, we
Yeah.
heard enough. Okay, all right, cool. So I love Scream just as much as the next guy, but I was not very happy with the latest film. Anyway,
Yeah, I
it
haven't. I
kind
haven't even seen it yet, to be honest with you. I'm talking OGs,
of okay.
the OG movies.
Yes, the first three were good. After that, in my opinion, they just went downhill. But anyway, I keep digressing. I'm so sorry. I can just go from one subject to another, and I shouldn't be doing that.
No, that's
But
okay. You get me talking about horror movies, and I can go on and on, so I'm part of that.
you and I need to hang out sometime. Just My wife hates it when I get on the topic of horror, and it's nonstop. She's like, "Do you ever shut up about Halloween and Michael Myers?" Like, no, he's one of my favorite. He's my favorite
Well,
character.
I can
I'm sorry.
tell
So
by your background.
yeah, it's Halloween, Hellraiser, and Aliens. My three favorite franchises of all time.
Yeah,
So
nice.
and it's phenomenal meeting all the actors, these conventions. I
Mhm.
have popcorn buckets signed by all the actors. It's great. I love it.
Amazing.
And my Freddy Krueger glove is signed by Robert Englund himself, which is great. So
That's amazing.
it's and he wore my glove the entire weekend for photo ops.
I can never watch
I'm
this.
like, I know I'm never watched that. He's sweating, and Robert Englund's DNA is in the glove. I'm never getting rid of it. I'm never washing it. So, but meanwhile, back at the station, back to the movie and your character. Um, the movie was filmed in your hometown, Winnipeg,
Mhm.
which I think Canada is like the best place to film any movie because you can say the movie takes place in New York, but yet still being filmed in Canada. I just love it because it's great.
Yeah.
Um, I forgot where I was going with this. Okay, but premiered on Netflix late 2024. What
Mhm.
was it like to finally see your character come to life on the screen after the years of anticipation?
Yeah, because we filmed it in, I think, 2021. We filmed it years prior to it finally releasing. I didn't know what to expect. It was my first big role that I had ever filmed. So the anticipation was there, the excitement was there, but then you kind of end up moving on and hoping for the best. And then finally, when the news came out that it was coming out and I got to watch the trailer, I obviously was ecstatic. People can see my reaction on my Instagram because I was very, very pumped. And everybody was very supportive. I got to fly out to LA and go to the premiere, reconnect with the cast members and some of the creators, the director, Hannah McPherson. Um, it was just a wonderful experience, seeing it brought to life, seeing some of the changes they made, um, some of sometimes you film something and you don't know how it's actually going to play out. And everybody was just so talented. The cast and the crew, everybody that was part of it. So seeing everybody's efforts come together like that, it was wonderful. Dream come
And
true.
it- See, I'm anticipating the same thing. I'm starring in a film, right, that I have a short role in, and it's been taking 2 years to develop for
Oh, wow.
production, and it's being released this year in October. So I can't wait to
Congratulations.
see
That's
it.
amazing.
Thank you, thank you. It's a found footage film. I think no, it's not a found footage. I play a podcaster. His name is Phil. I'm like, it was like the perfect role for me because I do it right now.
Yeah.
So, and I can't wait to see this film in person and the premiere, which should be sometime here in New Jersey. Don't know when, but I just know it's being released sometime this year. And I feel the same way as you. I'm excited to see this, see how it turned out. Even
Can
though
we
it's
know
like a
what it's
30,
called?
it's called The Farmhouse Murders.
Oh, why does that sound familiar? Maybe I saw, I don't know. I don't know why that sounds, maybe I'm just making it up in my head for some reason but maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. But I'll look for it when it comes out. I'll watch it.
Thank
Oh,
you. It's
yeah.
like it's a 30-second role. I have a short role, but I'm still in it. So
Every
I
role
got some.
matters.
It took me like 4 hours to memorize my lines. It's like five sentences. It took me 2 hours to memorize my lines. It's just ridiculous.
But hey,
Anyway,
that comes with time, honestly. Like, sure, took you that long the first time, but then the more it happens, it'll come naturally.
yeah, I had to stop and record like 20 times just to get it right. It's
Yeah,
just nuts.
that's okay.
Okay. Your character Val is a part of a close-knit social circle targeted by the slasher.
Hmm.
And this back in 2003, obviously. How did you build that immediate nostalgic high school chemistry with your co-stars like Madison Bailey and Antonia Gentry?
Well, it helped that one of a close friend of mine was in the movie with me already too, Megan Best. She's in the movie with me and she's part of the people who are targeted. So we kind of came in already with chemistry. And it's so funny. People think we're sisters. Like we'll be out for lunch and then people will say, "Are you two sisters?" No, we're not, but I don't know. We just have chemistry. So us coming in and already having that chemistry, that comfortability was already there. And then I think it just, Antonia, Madison, Griffin, they're all just very charismatic people. They're very kind and lovely. They're very fun. So I think it was just easy, we were all there to do a job and have a good time doing it. And we filmed it over the summer months in Winnipeg. So we lucked out. We weren't stuck outside in the negative 45 degrees Celsius winter. So they were able to at least avoid that. That's nice. And there was other Canadians on the cast too, like Sam and Katam, like, creative, fun actors. And I think we just were able to vibe off of each other and, hang out outside of work a couple times. Well, actually, quite a bit, like going to the beach, going for dinners, that type of stuff. I don't know. I think, being around the same age group and being put together to making this amazing movie for Netflix, I think you kind of all just bond. So it was easy for everybody to just get along and do a good job and yeah, have fun doing it.
Dynamic sounds wonderful. I mean, I'm sure in between takes too, like in between sequences, y'all goofed off and shit, right? I mean, just to
Sure.
ease the tension a little bit. I mean, can you tell us what was like in between sequences, what you guys did to release that tension?
Yeah. I mean, I have a video somewhere on my phone, a video of when I'm getting murdered, for example, and Sam is at the monitors and he's watching me getting like my face pushed into the escalator steps, and you can see him going like this, like so that's really hilarious. I'm glad that I have that. Um, you know, we wouldn't just joke around with each other in between setups and takes. We would joke around with the crew and the producers, the assistant directors on set too, the PAs. I mean, everybody just got along really nicely. Um, we would tease each other. Um, I don't know, the vibes were all very lighthearted. We were making a teen movie. We all knew what we were there for. It was just, yeah, I don't know. It was a good time. I wish that I could have gone to the barn sequence where they were having the party. That would have been really fun, but obviously I'm I'm I've perished. So I'm not in that section, but that looked like a lot of fun and I heard it was a really great time filming that. So I'm sure that they all had a really wonderful time because they all got to dance and party. So
Were you able to implement anything personal about yourself into your character, or did you just like stick strictly to the script?
No, I think all actors put a bit of themselves into their characters. I think that's why they're playing that character. They're bringing something unique to said character. So I was able to put a bit of myself, like my spunk and my fiery side that I have, was definitely in the character. Um, and I think just overall, my enthusiasm for the genre and for that time period, I really do think it really bled into that character. And I think it stood out in that way. And just based off of the feedback I've gotten, I think people saw that. So I'm really happy that um, that came through.
I was really sad when your character died. I'm not gonna be. I'm be honest with you. It's just it, putting yourself in that kind of position. I mean, especially with your face being pushed into an escalator. Like I, I'm not very squeamish, but when I saw that part, that was like one of the best deaths I've seen in a movie in a long time. So
Thank you. Thank you.
I've never seen anyone die by an escalator before. I'm like, that is so unique. I'm love that they added that in the movie.
Oh
Um,
my gosh, you should have seen me on the day. I was so pumped. It just was a crazy experience. When I read it in the script, I was just tied to the page, and I was so pumped when I got to film that. And I think we took 3 full days to film that whole mall sequence. I think it was three, and they were like long day, like 16, 14, 16 hours or something. Like it was really, really, really long days, and it was just me screaming and screaming and screaming for hours. It was great.
so how would you? Okay, you said you were pumped for that scene. How
Mhm.
did you prepare your mindset for that?
I will say because I was green, it was one of my first bigger roles, I just went in with a lot of adrenaline already naturally because I was so excited to be part of something so big like this, and especially something that I was so passionate about. So the adrenaline was already there. But then I had a really great support system, like a fantastic director, Hannah McPherson. She says that she's an actor's director. And by that she means like she creates a very close relationship with her actors. She knows how to communicate what she wants with her actors. Um, she's just fantastic. I love working with her. So she honestly really helped me with that direction, and she pulled me aside because I think I was kind of almost holding back at certain points, just because it is, now being in multiple horror, projects, I can give it my all, but in that first few takes, it's not normal for you to scream so loud, and you think you're giving it your all because you're so committed, but you can always go further. And so she was that person that really motivated me to go further, and she had a good conversation with me to put in perspective of what it would actually mean to be so fearful of losing your life. And have you ever experienced that? Okay, then you need to put yourself in that position. And um, so it was a really good motivator for me. And I'm glad that she pulled me aside and had that conversation, because I go back to that conversation every time that I commit to a horror project now. And I think about it and I give it my all. In my auditions, same thing. I just I give it my all. So, I think that's kind of how I would phrase that question of going into it with that prepared feeling. Sometimes you can't prepare for these moments as best as you can until you get there. And then once you're there, you can always go further. So yeah, that was my takeaway from that experience.
So before the scene, did you have like a moment of like clarity, like, oh shit, this is really happening?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And the blocking was really intense because we were, getting chased around by a murderer, who was played by, I mean, the murderer, oh, I'm not going to fully spoil it, but the person who was, behind the mask in those scenes was a stunt person named BJ. Um, and he's just wonderful. He does stunts a lot in Manitoba. And I'm sure other provinces. He's just so talented. So him being a safe person that I've worked with for years was very helpful, because if I ever got a little bit too scared, I knew it was just BJ.
What's his last name? Is it BJ Barot?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
interviewed him in the past before with this
Uh,
Clown in the Cornfield. He was the
yes,
clown,
he's
clown in
so
the cornfield. Yeah,
wonderful. He's so
spoke to him
talented.
yeah, spoke to him about that role too. He's a very good guy. So yeah,
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
Um, you started your career on set as an assistant director, which I
Yes.
think is like maybe one of the best ways to start any career. I mean, smart choice. So when you're acting in a high stakes horror movie like this, like Time Cut, does having that deep technical knowledge of set operations make you feel more adaptable?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I still work crew to this day. I don't work as an assistant director anymore, but I do work different aspects. Like my full career is in film. Outside of also being an actor, I'm a filmmaker. So it was all important to me. I'm so devoted to film as an art form and a craft. So, um, as an actor, I do think it's important to learn filmmaking as a whole. You have a deeper understanding and appreciation. You just have a better comfortability while you're on set as well, and you understand and appreciate everybody's roles. Um, and you know what goes into it, and you really do realize as an actor how, although you are the face of this thing, you are so small in the whole machine of it. And you get that appreciation for the efforts that go into making something for people to watch and enjoy and love. Um, and so, yeah, my experience as an assistant director really, I feel like, pushed me to realize that my dream of being an actor was real. And I was very committed to it, and still obviously very committed to it. It also helped me with my filmmaking career. I'm making my own films now, and um, that has really pushed me in that way. And I also have a better support system now. When I go to set, I know who I can go to. I know my safe spaces. I know people already there that I've known for years now, so they support me and they get very excited when I'm on set. Um, Overall, it's just benefited me. Plus, it helped me pay off my student debt.
There you go.
Off my student debt. Like really, there was no downfall to it. I mean, the hours are very long, but you know what you get into when you sign up for the film industry is long hours. So I already knew that going into it.
I get it. I'm still paying off my student loan. I don't totally understand. I get it.
Yeah, yeah. So I was
Yeah.
able to do that by being an AD, and now me working crew and still being an actor, I still support myself and I have a nice life. And I mean, I owe that all to crew work and really putting myself out there and pushing myself. So yeah.
So when you're acting on set, even though you're formerly assistant director, do you have to force yourself to turn off the crew member brain, or can you separate the two?
Oh, I can definitely separate the two. Sometimes I find that I have to separate the two for others because I'll be trying to get into my head with my lines, and it's totally fine. I love when people come and talk to me. It is really not that big of a deal, but there are times where I need to make sure right before I go do something that maybe requires a bit of intensity that I have a moment to myself to center, and then I'm fine to do it. But I never have to really worry about it. People know to be that way anyways. We're all professional. We all know each other, so it's fine. But I have no issue separating the two. They're just so different. They feed me in such different ways, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you carved out a fantastic niche for yourself in the horror and the thriller genres with the
Yeah.
roles in Time Cut, All Fun and Games, and Psycho Killer, which is a really good movie too. Thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoyed that one. What is it about the horror genre that keeps drawing you back and forth as an actress or as a producer?
So I love horror so much because it's a genre that you can play with. You can have comedy, you can have like deep sorrow. Obviously you would have intense fear. Um, it's the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Um, you're it's one of those genres where you can be completely present and grounded one moment, and the next moment your adrenaline is to at a absolute max. And I think that really tests you as an actor. And not even just the ability to be present within a scene, but then the blocking also can be very intense and a lot to think about. And um, I just think there's so much go that goes into it. Um, yeah, I I'm sorry. I think I lost complete track of that
That's
question.
okay.
Went on a
So,
tangent.
well,
Um,
what's your favorite?
oh, that's
What's your
why I love the
favorite?
genre. That's why I love the genre. Sorry. And I love acting in that genre and producing that genre. It was because of those reasons.
Do you have a favorite subgenre?
Oh, that's hard. I don't think I do. I just love, I don't know if I have a favorite subgenre. No, I can't pick a favorite. I mean, slasher, but then it just changes every
Yeah.
month, you know? I just it's hard because for a long time it was slasher, but I'm not huge into body gore. I used to be. I used to love the Saw movies, but then it's hard to stomach recent years. So Terrifier, I haven't given it a chance yet. I want to because I hear such good things, but I also feel like it's going to make me feel a little sick. So, but for the longest time, slasher, but like not going into body gore. But psychological thrillers always fantastic. I don't know. I don't think I can pick a favorite subgenre.
Possessions and exorcisms. That's my top one.
That's your favorite?
And second is psychological horror. I love the mind spanks. I mean, it's just what makes you sit there and think what's going on and you have a hard time wrapping your head around it. I love that.
Yeah.
So,
Body
real
cam,
quick,
like a
mm,
found footage, I have a deep
yeah.
appreciation for. I will say, found footage is like up there for me.
Speaking of found footage, have you seen The Taking of Deborah Logan?
No. Should I add that to my list?
Yes, fantastic movie. I
Okay.
was able to have two actors on my show from that movie. Joe Larson, who plays Deborah Logan, the main lead,
Yes.
and Tanya Bloodsworth, who plays the sheriff. So it's a very, very good, deep psychological thriller. I think you would love it.
I'm gonna watch. I pulled it up on my phone so I can watch it.
And it's found footage too, which is like perfect. So,
Yes.
um, real quick, I'm gonna promote. I do have a book coming out that has it's deal with psychological thrillers. So it's been submitted to numerous publishers. It's called Beneath Ash Hollow, and I created the book and I found a writer to write it for me, which is really cool. And it has to do with the Civil War, ghosts, supernatural, and psychological stuff. So I'm excited for this project and see how far it goes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping somebody picks it up and publishes it soon. It's been like 3 months, so
Oh, I think these things take time, but I wish you nothing but the best. And let me know when it comes out. I'll order it.
thank you so much.
I'm
Um,
manifesting for you that it comes out.
submitted to so many publishers the past 2 weeks. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But okay, back to the film. Digressed again. I'm so sorry. Though
that's okay.
you are incredibly passionate about supporting the local film industry, especially in Manitoba, and I love that about you. I have a lot of respect for you, and you love to build relationships with the local crews, which is also another good. I'm going to say talent. Another good. Oh my goodness, I'm lost for words now already. It's I guess that's a good thing to have, just to build that kind of relationship with the crew and whoever you're working with. So, what was it like getting to shoot a massive Netflix production like Time Cut in your own home province?
Um, Obviously I'm very proud of Manitoba and what we bring to the table as our like in our film industry and the stories that we get to tell. Um, Shooting a huge movie. Winnie, what are you doing? Sorry, my dog. Shooting a huge movie for Netflix in Manitoba was, I mean, an amazing opportunity for everybody, the actors as well as, like main actor, like the main cast, as well as, the background actors got to have so much fun on a movie like that. And we all got to spend time with them and develop those relationships, and that they were so important. And still, going to set, still have those relationships with those people, and same with crew. Um, and they got to work on something fun and meaningful and um, got to showcase their art. And I just think that that's always wonderful when we get to do that. And since that movie, I mean, tons of huge projects have come to Manitoba. We're really making a name for ourselves, and I'm very proud of that, and I champion that every day. Um, and I just love when I get to see those talents being seen and supported. But I think it's important too because, as an actor and, a filmmaker, especially as an actor, it's always important to, sorry, I'm watching my dog. It's always important to create your own work when you can. And when you develop those relationships with crew members and you appreciate them, and you trust them, they also want to make their own work with you too. So I've been able to, produce short films and work on their short films. And it's just been this wonderful little ecosystem of us helping each other and watching each other grow and supporting that. And I think it's very important. And I hear you don't get to see it in bigger cities as often just because it is so go, go, go in the bigger cities. So I do really appreciate that I get those opportunities in an up and coming industry in Manitoba like this. And I don't see that changing in the sense of us supporting each other. I see that's always going to remain, but we'll just get more opportunities because we're being seen as such a hot spot for filming now. So it's nothing but positivity and more opportunities for everybody going forward, I think. So I'm really proud about that.
Outstanding answer. I love it.
Sorry, I got
No,
sidetracked. My
no,
my,
no, it's
my
all
dog
good.
was
It's all good.
very much wanting to
So
get to her bed.
I'm gonna brag real quick. I think that some of the best actors come out of Canada. Not gonna lie. So if I remember with Ken Kernzinger, he plays Jason Voorhees in Jason versus Freddy.
Yes.
He's from oh my god, it starts with a W. I can't remember the name of it. It's up in Canada somewhere. Um, In a Violent Nature was filmed in Canada.
Yeah.
The series Strain was all filmed in Canada. A lot of Canadian actors in that series. I
Yes.
mean, I hate to say this, but Canada's got it made, man. They're like top tier when it comes to filming. It's just,
Yeah,
so
yeah, definitely. And we've got like a really great tax credit for filming, and we've got such talented crews and beautiful scenery. You get everything here.
hell, that one movie, Boondock Saints, filmed in Canada. Everybody thinks it was filmed in Boston, but it was filmed in Canada,
Yeah.
believe it or not. So that was all filmed in Quebec. I mean, I want to go back to Canada so bad. I just can't afford it right now.
But when you can come
I
back.
would love to go back to Halifax and just revisit not being inebriated and actually taking the sights. So
Yes.
last and final question. What is next for you? Anything exciting come up you want to talk about?
Um, I have a couple of short films coming out. They're horror, so of course. And then I filmed quite a few different projects this year already. I don't know if I can talk about them yet, so I just won't. But
Yeah.
I've filmed a couple of really great projects this year already. I'm filming a project tomorrow, and then I start on another project for the next few weeks right after. So, um, I've just been really busy this year and feeling very grateful about that. So, people have some things to look forward to coming out in the next near future. And I'm just really excited to keep working as an actor and a filmmaker. And I hope that people support that. Well, obviously, I know people support that, but I would love for people to follow me on that journey and see what I get up to. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, I'm definitely going to say you're very talented at what you do. You're a master at your
Thank
craft
you. Thank you.
and keep it up. I wish you nothing but success in your career and your future and your upcoming projects and stay amazing, stay awesome, and
Thank you.
keep that shit up. So
Thank you so much.
it is so inspiring to talk to an artist who doesn't just want to be on screen, but genuinely loves and supports every single person on a movie crew, such as you. So, Sydney, you are phenomenal. You're a
Thank
talented actress and a fantastic advocate for the Manitoba film community. It's such an honor and pleasure to talk to you about your role and take us behind the scenes of your film Time Cut. Um, thank you again. You're awesome. And you can watch all of Sydney's movies on Off Against Time Traveling Viral as Val Vaughn and Time Cut, streaming right now on Netflix. Please go check it out. 2 thumbs up. You will not be disappointed. If you want to take a little time trip back to the 2000s, this movie is for you. Until next time, stay safe and keep supporting any local film. Thank you again. The wonderful, the
Thanks.
beautiful, talented Sydney Sabiston. Check out her film, and you, I will definitely see you on the big screen again.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.